This may be a King of Pentacles who doesn't care how they're judged, what they have to pretend to be to reach their objectives. Because a wish came true, but we have a 3, and 2 queens. So this may be somebody whose wish came true when it came to having 2 different queens interested in them. They'll be very, they'll figure out a way. Page of Swords is very clever. They know how to paint the right picture to both of these queens. Let's see. Because I could be wrong. So let's look at the rest of the spread, because we have another 3 here. Let's look at the back. There's only one that showed the back, and it was the Ace of Cups. So let's read that one. The Ace of Cups. So this says, the card is still positive on this side, bringing its gift of love and beauty. The presence of the Prince, though, cautions against being beguiled by fairy tale romance. What is seen by starlight may prove quite different in the light of day. Beware of illusions and don't promise too much too soon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because both of these stories are people who pretended to be something they weren't to reach an objective. And this one, it's like, even though they know people disapprove of their behavior, they don't care. They don't care if people disapprove of their behavior. Because I'm going to read this one out loud, actually, because I feel like this is the one that is more relevant. Number 47. This one is Yu Gamdong. Yu Gamdong was a woman of noble birth and married Choi Jung-ki, but was outraged by a thug, Kim Yo-dal, which means that, she got involved with him. At that time, it was common for a noble family woman who lost her chastity to be abandoned by her husband and her parents and kill herself. But Yu Gamdong continued adultery with Kim Yo-dal from then on, calling herself a prostitute. After Choi Jung-ki divorced Yu Gamdong over her behavior, she became a Gisaeng and made love with countless men. When Yu Gamdong's scandals became a social issue and reached the royal court, King Sejong sent her to the border area as a servant and dismissed her father, Yu Guiso. The men who spent the night with Yu Gamdong were not severely punished by the reason that they considered her a lascivious woman. So basically they excused their behavior, saying they were seduced. She is said to have been good at poetry, but her works are not passed down because they are written by an obscene woman. So, yeah, it's really like, although it was a very sexist point of view, right? We're not going to deny that. It's almost the energy of somebody who they may have suffered injustices. So they've gotten to the point of, why should they care what society thinks when society has put them in a negative place themselves? So they don't really care how it influences other people. Because in this story, remember, her own father got dismissed from his post because of her. And she just continued her lifestyle. So that's the energy I felt. A lot of self-indulgence. Now, there is an Empress here, but it could also indicate third party, because we saw 2 queens. The Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. And since we are talking about a King of Pentacles, this is the partner, and this is going to be the one that's the third party. Now, that being said, what we have here is, we're going to call this the Queen of Cups, because she's only showing up as an Empress because she's third party. The third party is incredibly anxious. They may be going through a healing process, realizing that what they thought was potential, what they thought was the possibility of something great, something beautiful, I think that they're awakening to the fact that it was an illusion. Because even, that's the 7 of Cups, it's an illusion. And that's what she's realizing. It wasn't real. With the 5 of Pentacles, though, I also think part of what the realization is could be that the person that they're dealing with does not love themselves, does not know how to give, because the 5 with the ace is the 6 of Pentacles. It's equal give and take, and I don't think this person knows how to do that. So it's wisening up the Queen of Cups. It's making her go within and ask herself, why did I ever get involved with this person? Why was I ever attracted to this person? And how do I let go? The 6 and the 4 put an end to the anxiety. The 10. 6 and the 4 is the 10 of Swords. Someone is ending their fascination with someone. Like they can finally see through the trick. They can finally see, ooh, that's, wow. I just said they could see through the trick. And hold on, I've never used the word in that sense, but hold on. I'm going to look up the Urban Dictionary, because as soon as I said trick, in my head I saw trick, Urban Dictionary. And I have a feeling it's not a great word. Oh, Lord. Okay. A trick is a person who spends money on gratifying their sexual impulses and or pleasures. A trick is known by the prostitutes for giving them things of value in exchange for some form of being in their presence. Any man who lets women use him for his wallet. It comes from the term prostitutes used to describe the men who pay them for sex. And then they also use it on women. A woman who acts like a tease or tries to make men into tricks, or even any slut. Oh, wow. Okay. So, oh, wow. I've never used it in that context. But as soon as I said they can see straight through this trick, I saw I swear I've never used that. Okay, so we have both learned a new word today. I mean, I knew that word was used in unfavorable circumstances. I just didn't know how, because I don't use that type of slang. I mean, sometimes I do, but not that one. So that's what I'm seeing here. It's like the third party is realizing this is somebody who, it's for their indulgence. I'm here at their pleasure. I'm here to amuse them, to indulge them. This person does not care that their actions are dishonorable. They don't give a fuck. Clarify 9 of Cups. Oof, this is rough. It's someone who's very good at seduction, male or female. Clarify 9 of Cups. We've got the High Priestess, Justice card reversed. Clarify 9 of Cups. Death card and the Ace of Wands. The 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Yep. I feel like this Queen of Cups, Empress, whatever she is, used to have a lot of passion for this King of Pentacles. But their intuition, remember the moon is the things you can't see, the things that, you know, like the back of your head, the things that you know are there, but seeing them is very difficult. With the High Priestess, you can navigate the moon-like energies. So she started listening to her intuition. And what she realized was this was either a karmic connection that was a negative karmic connection. It was meant to teach her a lesson. And she kept repeating it because she wasn't learning the lesson. And she's accepting it now. Look at that battle cry, though. It's like somebody who feels like they've just had this enormous breakthrough. They realized why they were the third party. They realized why they allowed themselves to be the third party. Clarify 9 of Swords. Four of Swords. Eight of Cups. Clarify Nine of Swords. The Three of Wands. With the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. It's like somebody here, well, not somebody, we know who. This King of Pentacles. The reason they like the triangulation, the reason they like the third party scenario is because it allows them to bounce. Oh, look, we have the Three of Cups there again. It allows them to bounce back and forth between minimum two women, possibly three, because we see three here, three here, three and three. So either they're bouncing back and forth between two different women, or there's more. It could be that the Empress is one, Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles are two others. That's how, this is a king who's really good at knowing how to play them off on each other. For example, if the Queen of Cups is very gentle, kind, compassionate, while the Queen of Pentacles is very, down to earth and very get down to business, the king knows how to play them off on each other, as in telling the Queen of Pentacles, oh, it's so refreshing being around you. You're not as emotional as this other crazy bitch. You are grounded, and I love that about you. It's authentic. They genuinely do love that about this person. So it comes off like a natural compliment. But it's manipulation because they're using her qualities to make her feel superior and better than this other person. But then when she doesn't give them the emotion that they want, they go to the Queen of Cups and they'll say, oh my God, it's so refreshing being around you because, you make me feel so loved. You make me feel seen. You give me a safe space. They butter them up like a fucking biscuit. Do you see what I'm saying? They know how to play them off on each other. So even if there was a Queen of Wands around, a Queen of Swords, they know what the strengths and weaknesses are of each person. They are a businessman. They know how to invest. They know what to invest. They use their skills of strategy on people. So what they're not realizing is that if this is the Queen of Cups, or if this is another third party and this is an Empress, they're healing. They're listening to their intuition. They're facing their moon. They're facing the dark part of themselves. The part that they considered elusive, the part that they considered a little scary because it wasn't tangible, possibly. It's helping them figure out how to deal with this. Clarify the Empress. We've got the King of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, the Page, and the Magician. With the Ace of Pentacles. Why did the Empress even tolerate it? Well, Ace of Pentacles twice. She thought this was something real. She kept imagining that this is somebody who needed her, who wanted something serious with her. And this could be the Queen of Cups because they're showing up as King of Cups. She can feel the part of them that is loving, the part of them that is compassionate and kind. With the Wheel of Fortune, they both felt like this was fate. Meeting was fate. With the Sun and the Moon both here, they might have, in their synastry, there could be a Sun and Moon conjunction, opposition, square. Hopefully it's more a conjunction because it gives the feeling of we belong together. We are opposites, but we're also similar. The Page of Pentacles, they were meant to learn from each other. And with the Magician, it was, you know what I'm getting here? This Empress is about to level up. And I know it's been a while since I've said something like that. At least that I remember. There's something coming her way that this person is preparing her for. I want you to think of it like, let's say that this Empress was like a battle maiden, and she's gonna go face some horrid monster that has this in the shape of a spider. I have arachnophobia, so to me that would be the most horrid animal to face. And to prepare herself, her mentors, her guides, throw her into a forest where it's known that there's giant spiders living there. She's got to learn how to either survive or she won't make it. It's preparation. That's what the magician energy is making me think of. Whoever this smooth, silky talker is, this is a preparation for something else. That's why the Ace of Pentacles is here, because she can sense she is meant to meet this person. It was Wheel of Fortune energy. She was definitely supposed to be aligned with this person because they are preparing her for something bigger. She's supposed to be able to sense, or maybe this is what they're helping her with. They're helping her sense when someone is being false, when someone is painting an illusion, when something's not real. Clarify the Four of Swords. We have the Six of Wands, the Emperor, the Two of Cups, the Tower, and the Fool. Wow. With the Star. This is going to be a connection that neither person will ever forget. Because she is an Empress. In fact, I think that dealing with this person cemented her Empress status. And she dealt with them because she could sense the Emperor within. The ending of this connection will be the making of the Emperor. The irony is that they're not supposed to be together. Just because two people feel like they belong together doesn't mean that they do. They're supposed to have that feeling so that they come together and work on things together. But their paths will diverge. They have a different destiny. And it might feel ironic, but it's because I'm telling you they're not meant to be together. So her healing and releasing this is what's going to bring this Emperor to life. Because they truly felt love for this Empress. But it's like this rainbow bridge is making me think of death. And we already had death. It's until, and look, even all the skulls, until this death is over with, until, I'm not saying the Empress is going to die. Please don't interpret it like that. I'm saying like the Empress is about to release. She's accepting that she's letting go. She's accepting that she has to heal from this. When she accepts that and she's over it, she's completely let go, is when they will wake up. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. The Three of Swords. Temperance. Page of Swords. I'm getting a song that's really old. Hold on. This is a it's a Latin song, and it's reggaeton, but it says it's like somebody's in Spanish speaking over a what's it called, a PSA system, and they're saying attention, attention, emergency call, system 911. There's a man had a cardiac arrest. We need immediate assistance to the area. And then the song begins, come and heal my pain. You have the antidote to this love. I'm making this call so that you come back. Don't you see me suffering? That this test is too much? There's a man dying here. Tell me who can bring him back to life. There's a man that's literally on death's bed. You have the recipe, you have the secret formula to bring my heart back into its rhythm. There exists no medicine, doctor, aspirin for the pain that my heart feels. I almost feel, it almost stops fully beating. I need a paramedic to come to the rescue. I need you to give me an electroshock. I need your heat. I need an IV of love. That's the only thing that can reach me. I need you to give I need you to give me mouth to mouth. And for the well, you know, for you to join me on our bed is basically he's saying. There's a man here who needs you. Come here quickly, come here quickly. It's an emergency call, baby. And then it says, hug me and tell me you love me. Hug me and tell me that you love me and that you'll stay. Soothe my soul. Inject some calm into me. Please stay. Can't you see that I'm dying for your love? Without you, my path is disappearing. Without you, there are more thorns in my way. Without you, I can't live. Without you, the story of our love would not be written. Without you, my poem would not have verses. Without you, there would be no stars in my universe. My vital signs are diminishing. Please hurry. So that's the whole song. It's a long ass song. That's what I felt. That's what I felt. As soon as I saw this picture, that song started playing in my head, because it's like the tower over here is making me think of the song, the part where it says an electroshock. It's until she's done. It's like this door will close behind her and they will not be able to reach her. And I'm not saying that they can't talk to her. They can't reach her heart. Because they're under the impression that they're this master seducer, that they're this, she can't escape them. They're so confident. They're so cocky about their prowess that they feel she's not going nowhere. So whenever she starts something new, in a whole new place, possibly with a whole new person, ooh, they're going to be wounded. And it's going to take them time to reconcile, because they kept thinking this is the one, but it was like they thought they had all the time in the world to figure this out. It's going to make them really rethink things. There will be a lot of regret, but I'm almost seeing this image of like a giant chunk of stone. And in the center is their heart. And she's been chipping away and chipping away and chipping away. And the changes are so tiny and so incremental that it's almost like she's not seeing any change. And when she decides this is just exhausting, I need to go heal, I need to go on my own way. When she lifts off, that push that sends her somewhere else is the same push that finally cracks open the stone. Does that make sense? It's like, the mental images I get are a little weird, but I have to just say what I'm getting. Clarify Ace of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. See, they keep showing up as a knight. Knight of Cups. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. This is someone who is not, they don't have the capacity to give the Empress what she needs, what she wants. With the Four of Pentacles, remember, this is the story of somebody who is so parched that they can't see the beauty before them. And that's very similar to what we're going on. That's what's happening. We have 3 knight energies. So it's like this is somebody, this Empress senses the Emperor in this person because they have all knights, all the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. But they're not a king. They haven't even reached the queen status. They're very immature. So she's realizing, although there's an affinity there, this is not my match. Clarify 5 of Pentacles. Then she realizes why she was never meant to unlock that heart. Because it's not hers. It was never meant to be. Clarify 5 of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. This may have something to do with today's collective story because I'm telling you, this Empress is just exhausted. The truth has set her free and she's taken off. And now this person's sitting here like, oh yeah, everybody abandons me. Everybody leaves me behind. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Ten of Cups. Ironically, this little dance that they had going on, this is their wish come true. Being caught up in this triangulation of like, ooh, do I want you or do I want her or do I want her? I don't know. You're going to have to figure it out. This made this baby Emperor very happy. That's what they wanted to continue investing in, but they're very immature. And they liked hoarding everything that they felt was valuable, their emotions, their love, their energy, their time. They're very greedy with it. They like taking everyone else's, but they don't like sharing their own. Clarify Hermit. Something else that came to me when I just said that about them being greedy, wanting to take everyone else's. They like fucking with people to the point where that person is so confused. They're always wondering, what did they mean by that? What did they want? What about? They love that, but they don't want you in their head. They want to be in your head. Six of Pentacles. Clarify the Hermit. The Moon. Again, clarify the Hermit. Queen of Swords. Again, page energy, more page energy. It's like this person even, they're still in transition. When the Empress met this Emperor, they might have been all the pages. All of the Pages of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Page of Swords. Now they're stepping into the Knight level of Emperor. They're not even at the Queen or King side. So they're still attached to, yeah. And they give her a lot of grief. They're still attached to a lot of toxic coping mechanisms, behaviors, patterns, ways of thinking. So it's not, remember with the Justice card, it's a very uneven, imbalanced give and take. And the Empress had to realize why she was even here before she could break the cycle, before she could break herself out of this pattern. It's like she was in an escape room. She was in an escape room and she had to figure out why she was stuck. in this particular escape room? The answer was self-respect, self-love, boundaries, following your intuition. Clarify the moon card. Two of Wands, Nine of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Yeah. This King of Pentacles, who I'm very resistant at using the word that came at the beginning because it feels so derogatory. But Spirit identified them like a trick. And I'm still coming to terms with that. I don't think Spirit's ever been that disrespectful. It feels disrespectful. It's like Spirit's like, yes, disrespectfully yours. This is what we're saying. Oh, weird. Okay. This was a challenge. Facing their demons. Each person facing their demons is a challenge. The thing is that until she could face hers and walk away, she won't activate theirs. So it's almost like there's levels of a puzzle, and until she solved her equation, theirs didn't activate. Their challenge didn't. Does that make sense? Their challenge activates when she leaves the escape room. So she's making plans now. She's making preparations. She found a solution. She's about to give birth to the solution. She's accepted the ending. She's accepted that this wasn't her person. Clarify Six of Swords. Strength card, Three of Pentacles. Clarify Six of Swords. Ace of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Her judgment has certainly increased. Because I think that she used to be the type of person that was kind of drawn to people who were really broken because she felt very broken. And it's almost like through healing others, she could heal herself. Or at least she was more attempting to heal others, kind of like the way that, you love picking up stray cats or dogs from the street, things like that. Like, oh, let me love you. Let me show you what it's like to be loved. And people who do that, it's because they want to feel like that. They want to feel like someone comes into their life, picks them up like a stray and takes care of them. We love the way we want to be loved. And she finally caught on. That was the answer to a puzzle. You love other people the way you want to be loved, so love yourself that way. You want to be strong for other people, be strong for yourself. You want to respect other people, you want to be respected by other people, respect your own fucking self. You want other people to be open and honest about their needs and their boundaries, you need to be open and honest about your own. And you need to enforce your own. So she got the answer. She was finally worthy of pulling the sword. And think of Excalibur like a pin in a grenade. You have to be worthy to pull the pin, but once you pull the pin, boom, there's a tower. And that tower activates this baby Emperor's challenge. So that's where we're at. She's about to leave the escape room and move on to the next level, the next phase. So today we learned, ladies and gentlemen, that trick has multiple meanings and that Spirit is sassy, and we'll even say that. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to comment, react, share feedback for sure.